I'm sure I'm sure you've gotten it before, but where it's like you'll have somebody show you, hey, what do you think of my coach's plan? Obviously, or you want to be like, hey, don't ask me, ask your coach.
Yeah.
But there's so many times when like obviously sometimes you're gonna see a dumbass fucking plan. You're gonna be like, this is why are you 12 weeks out doing 60 minutes of cardio already? And like you're not like whatever, some stupid stuff. But sometimes I can look at a plan and be like, that's not the way I would do it. But you know what? I can, okay, maybe this is it's based on this situation. It works for them, right? Sometimes you can see some straight up stupid shit. Other time it's like, there's got to be context. So not every plan is going to be, your style or your things, but there is some
Yeah.
blatant dumb. There's some
Yeah.
stupid.
That's got to be one of the dumbest things of like sending over your plan and it's like I have no context. Like,
What have you been doing before this? What are you doing now? What did you tell your coach? Like,
yeah.
what
How do you
did you
feel? Like,
did you tell him you don't like chicken breast or whatever the fuck it is? Like, he
yeah.
has me eating chicken 4 times a day, and I don't like chicken. Well, did you communicate that, or has no? You haven't said a
Yeah.
word.
Yo,
So
what's up,
What up,
Chris?
guys?
I
How are you
can't see
guys?
them. There we
Uh,
are.
can
You
you
do
Can
see
you
the
us
see me?
all
Yeah, I see you guys. Yeah, yeah.
how do you do
See?
the
Let me
in
pull
multiple?
it
the
bigger.
in the top left? It should say gallery view.
Gallery.
I know for
Dope. Okay.
Alberto.
Yeah, yeah. All right, dope.
Can you see us, Alberto? Or no?
It goes to whoever's talking.
Hold on. Let me see.
Yeah, it
I'm
should be like a little window on the top. It says view. Yeah.
I'm glitching. I'm going
gallery.
full.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
good.
All right, cool, cool.
Oh, it says
Well,
swipe left.
oh, there we are. I would have never known that. All right, welcome, Chris.
What up, guys? I appreciate you guys having me, honestly.
Absolutely. We were bantering a little bit prior to getting on, but Ty's going to intro us now.
Yeah, we're recording. You good?
Yeah, you're good. Yeah.
All right. All right, guys. Welcome back to the Allergic to Missing podcast. We're at episode 7 here. We got our first special guest. We got IFBB Pro Chris Ferman. So yeah, we're gonna get into it. This we got a bunch of questions from you guys, so appreciate you guys and we can get into it, man. So I mean, Chris, tell us a little bit about yourself. What got you into bodybuilding? You know?
Oh, short or long version?
Let's start from the beginning. What initially got you to start hitting the weights, and when did you start falling in love with the process?
Well, I started training because of football. So
Mhm.
that started in high school. Freshman year, I was a running back, so I wasn't big enough to actually like do my position as I should. So from the start of freshman year to senior year, that was like the whole climb of like trying to build my body. Um, from freshman to the senior year, I put over 100 pounds of mass. So
Damn.
How soon did you start noticing you had a propensity for building muscle? Like, when did you start noticing, like, hey, this is coming pretty good to me?
I would say in the first like 6 to 12 months, I was like, because I've always been a skinnier guy, so I was lean, like you can see my abs all the time. But I was super skinny, like as a kid. Eating wasn't my thing, so I feel like that first like 6 to 12 months, I just noticed a big, okay, I didn't know anything about bodybuilding, but it was for football, so I was just primarily for performance based um, outputs, basically. I didn't find bodybuilding until 2 years after high school. So that's when I really like, okay, this is what I kind of want to do. Um, but before I made the decision to actually commit to bodybuilding, I first did 2 years of bodybuilding training. Because before that, like, bro, I was training like a football player, getting
Mm.
weight from point A to point B, just trying to get stronger and stronger. It wasn't like a controlled tempo or bodybuilding hypertrophy or anything like that.
So, like, you'd be able to say, like, hey, this built my base. This built the foundation for like for strength. Like, I'm sure you heavy squatted, right? You did
Yeah.
all these other movements that gave you a foundation prior to just getting straight into the gym.
Yeah, whenever someone comes to me and how I think they should start, it's compound movements, fundamentals, squat, bench, deadlift, pull-ups, the bread and butter. It's you can't go around that. I feel like building a solid foundation comes from that, and if you have that after years of making bodybuilding will be that much easier, I think.
Mm.
And how soon did you kind of, let's say, discover that food is fuel? food is like one of the biggest building parts of building muscle. Like, how was it early on, in the middle, or like you kind of just did whatever and you grew?
I think it was towards the end of like high school, because freshman to senior year, that was just dirty bulk. Whatever I can get in my system, whatever I can eat, whatever I can get down, I'm gonna eat. Because I was moving so much, so it kind of didn't really affect me that much, and I was a kid, so you can kind of get away with whatever you're eating and stuff. Um,
Cool
because
though.
at the start, bro, I remember freshman sophomore year, I was eating probably close to like 6,000 calories a day, like just trying to get food in because it wouldn't stick.
You say
Um,
how much did you weigh at this time?
Freshman year starting, I was like 105, like
Yeah.
105. Yeah, yeah. I was like a receiver body. I was fast, but I wasn't stocky or like strong or anything like that. So, um, yeah. At the end of senior year, I was solid 215. I was running
Okay.
like a 4.44. Yeah. Um,
What does a
but
day of eating look like sophomore year?
Oh,
So every morning I would always prepare my peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. I would have them for every period. So I would have basically five total, one after every period. I would double up on the school lunches because I would get free lunches. So I'd get one and then go back for a second. And then I would have anything after when I got home, like my mom would make dinner. So it was usually like chicken, potatoes, whatever she made. Um, but yeah, weight gainer shakes morning and night. Yeah, that was the time.
That's wild. So this whole time we're just eating whatever, training with the team or training on your own.
Yeah, so I trained twice a day. I was like football training, and we had like the speed, agility, all that, and then weight training in the room. Would go home. It's about 4 o'clock. Eat dinner that my mom made. Do my homework if I had it, and then I would go to the gym. I would always go to the gym. I was doing like 4 or 5 days out of the week, Monday to Thursday, like
where was
seven
this at?
o'clock,
Like in the fitness or back at the school?
24. So the weight training for football was at the school, and then 24 was South Coast Plaza area where I live. Yeah.
Dang. So were your teammates like thinking like, what is Chris doing? Like he's getting huge or
I feel
Was there
like
any
the
kids
go,
like
go.
you, or were you like an outlier?
Yeah, I was an outlier. Yeah, for early on, when I first made my first gains, that's because I started training. I started training after football season that freshman year, so it was from like January to like sophomore year. I put on over like 65 pounds of weight. So I was like 105 and I came in about 155. And going into like registration for school, everyone was like, what the hell? Like, Furman, like, what are you on? Like, so I got allegations of steroids from a very early age. And I think that really messed me up in high school because I was embarrassed. I come from football, so that was a big no-no. Like, I didn't want to be associated with that. I didn't want to, yeah. So I remember like there was a point when when I made really good progress around my junior year, I kind of toned it down. I was like, maybe I should stop training as much. Like, maybe I am getting too big. But it was, yeah, it was
Isn't
just
that
like from the
funny?
outside.
Like, looking back at it now, like to have like a little bit of like a six pack outline in high school was like cool, but if you're anything more than that, it was like, oh, he's doing something. He's doing
Yeah,
something.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I feel like the like my age group, no one really got into working out until like senior year. So I was always working out with like the older people and like the older crowd and stuff like that. So I was for sure like an outlier. I was the guy with the water jug, the guy with the peanut butter jar, stuff like that.
who are you like where were you getting this like information? Like where were you pulling your training plans from and like the
Um,
eating?
It was everything was like trial and error research.
Yeah.
A base of it was from my brother. Like he taught me like the fundamentals of how to work out properly. But after that, like he's always been because I didn't really have a father figure, so he was like the one that kind of guided me in everything I did. He got me to a certain point of what I built, and he's like, "Okay, don't ask me any more questions. Go find out." If you have anything, write it down in your notes every night. Look at all your notes, research, and that's basically what I did all 4 years. It was there's a lot of research, a lot of YouTube, a lot of just like seeing ideas that I enjoyed and picking what I wanted and trying it. Didn't apply, take it out, so on and so forth. Yeah.
So what happened with football that it didn't work out that you just kept
So
lifting?
So basically, I had knee surgery. So football ended because I tore my patella tendon and popped two burses in high school. That happened my junior year of football, and they told me I wasn't going to be able to play for a senior year, and I was like, "Well, that's funny. That's not going to happen." So I still finished my senior year. I went to Saddleback College. I did 1 week a Hell Week, and then after that, I was like, it's not going to work because I was in so much pain. Um, and then I basically just converted to. I knew I wasn't going to stop training, and I told my mom I'm going to go into personal training. She was kind of pissed. She was like kind of like sad that I gave up on the football part, but I just knew that long run,
Look,
like long.
mom, look,
Yeah,
look.
yeah, but yeah, long term, I knew it wasn't going to be like good for me. I gonna just speed the process of getting a knee replacement if I keep doing what I was doing. Um, so after that, I just kind of basically dove into personal training, basically. Like, I was doing that at Planet Fitness for a little bit, doing it on the side, and then once I started doing on the side, when COVID happened, I started like picking up clients and doing all that.
And that's when bodybuilding sprouted, right? Okay, so
Yeah.
this is when you start getting into thinking about competitions, or what brought you to the dance? What made you start thinking about, like, you know what, I'm that bodybuilding stuff. It's not so weird anymore. I kind of want to try it. Is that kind of the transitioning period?
Yeah. It was like when I first decided I was like gonna start like I just dropped football. That was started when I hang out with my friends again, and they were kind of like getting into competing, but they were doing men's physique and stuff like that. So I had no idea. It intrigued me because I'm one that was working out for already 4 or 5 years, and these guys just started working out last year, and they're doing competitions. I was like, I can for sure beat you guys. Like, like I don't know. I've always been a very competitive person, so especially being my boys, like we're talking shit and all that. So
You know what is also, I think, a really good message to the younger lifter as well, to interrupt real quick, is the
mhm.
fact that you did so well off the bat. I'm sure we're going to get into your competition history and your everything like that, but you also did so well off the bat. Like, people may see this quick rise in your competition seasons and like how you got to pro, but it's all those years you had been doing prior. Like, you had
Yeah,
been bodybuilding lifestyle, at different rates prior to this. So I think it's a really good message to hear this. Like, you've been lifting for this long prior to, there was other guys doing this already, and you joined in, and maybe you did have a quick rise, but you've been putting in those reps, the time under the bar, way before these other people too. I think it's a good, really
yeah.
good.
No, yeah, for sure. Yeah, I feel like it's old man sport, so it takes time to build a body. Unless you're like the outlier that has the perfect genetics for bodybuilding, it's gonna take time. It really is. Like I don't care what anyone says about manipulation of PEDs and all that. For sure, it's gonna work, but that time under the weight, that's really where how the foundation grows.
I'd say
Yeah,
that
I'm
that applies
sure.
to leg mass. I think that applies a lot to leg mass. You've been
Yeah,
doing leg movements for so long. Now the
yeah.
splits, right? The mass. You're like, how do
Mhm.
I build them? You're like, bro, I've been building them for years now. But yeah.
Yeah, I feel like my legs the way they are right now is because of the squats, the deadlifts, and sprints. Like sprints it was because I was running back, so I would do a lot of hill sprints. I would do 4 conditioning days like a week. Like I there was a lot of leg movement and like developing that. So
Yeah, training twice a day for 4 years. I'm sure that makes a difference.
yeah, yeah, for sure. And when I look at it now, it's like it's crazy how much I did. But we're like I said, we're kids. Like we can take a beating and then we just wake up the next day and do it again. Like
So let's get into your first competition. So you were going to the gym, you were personal training. How did you come? You had friends that were doing it. How did you come across choosing your first coach, your first competition? How quick did it all happen?
Not that quick. 2018 when I first decided, okay, this is the route I want to go. I talked to my brother. He's the guy I always go to for advice and everything. He told me, he's like, let's do it right. Let's take 2 years. Let's build a bodybuilding physique, and then let's assess and then go from there and choose a show. So that's basically what I did. 2 years, but then COVID happened, and then it gave me another year to kind of solidify everything that I was already doing. And it kind of worked out perfect because of COVID. That's how I met Jeremy
Mm.
because of the gym shut down and everything. We had a mutual friend that opened up that one more rep gym, and
Is that
that's
still
kind
going
of
on?
he does like different. He does like sports training,
Okay.
not like yeah, not like that. So, but honestly, I'm so thankful because of COVID because if that didn't happen, then I wouldn't have met Jeremy the way I did. I probably would have still hit him up for coaching, but it was just like a perfect pass aligned. And um, from there on, like I told him I'm looking to do a show in the next 6 months. Like, are you able to help me? Because I was already following him prior to that to like a good like 9 months to a year. And I really liked his style. I really liked how he kind of went about things, very to the T, and like shut up and do it. That's basically where I come from sports. So it was kind of very um, it aligned perfectly, honestly. Um, and then I would say from there, because I was already doing a strength and mass program when I met him. So I told him, I was like, can I finish this and then we can go into like a prep? He's like, yeah, for sure. So I hit him up. It was December of 2020, and we started prep that January 1st. And the show was May 21st, I believe. And that was Night of Champions.
Oh wow! So was it still mask wearing time, or did you have to wear a mask for your first show?
We had to wear a mask like in the area, but when you're on stage, you didn't have to.
Okay, I just
Yeah.
remember it was a weird
Yeah.
time. It was a
Yeah, yeah.
weird time.
It was like at the time when like masks you still kind of had to wear them in public, but not
Yeah.
like yeah, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Mm.
But
Oh,
no,
yeah.
that prep was yeah, that was like 16-ish weeks. Yeah.
Let's get into your first prep. What was your first experience with it? As far as the dieting, the measuring thing out, the cardio. Let's hear it all. How to go?
It I think honestly I not to toot my own horn, but it was nothing missed. I
Yeah.
can say that. I can say that. Like there's nothing missed. I was because at heart like, I'm a perfectionist. So I really really try to get everything to the T. And especially like I'm a planner, so if I know if I do this and it's gonna give me a certain outcome, that's exactly how I'm gonna do it. So I know I can say I never missed a meal. I never missed a cardio session. I never missed a training session that whole prep. Like nothing was missed. Everything was to the dot.
It was
Um,
just built for bodybuilding from day one.
No, I think honestly, like I feel like I've had I don't want to say success, but like good growing into what I am is just because of the mindset. The
Yeah.
mindset's everything. And I really, really feel like if you don't have the mindset, it won't happen. You're gonna have a lot of stumps, a lot of life shit's gonna happen. And if you don't have the discipline and the mentality to stay forward on the path, then it's not for you.
That you never had a moment of feeling bad for yourself when you were tired, when you were hungry, right? It was the discipline ran all that shit over, right?
Yeah, yeah. Like I honestly feel like my discipline stems down from like high school football. My
Yeah.
brother was like a star athlete at Sigerstrom, and I was his little brother. So like I couldn't stop playing football. I couldn't stop because Gary Firm is my brother. Like so that really stems down to that. So having a pressure of eyes on me, I always felt like that. So I feel like me always thinking I have eyes on me kind of helps me keep me on my toes for sure.
So how'd the first show go?
I won.
The
Yeah,
whole
I
thing?
got no, I didn't win my overall. I lost to some guy that was 29. I forgot his name.
After that, I was gonna say, how did he do after
Yeah, yeah,
that?
yeah. So I won my class, class D. There was like 7 or 8 guys in that class,
Fuck yeah.
and then overall I got second. Um, but from the guy that beat me, like kudos to him. But it was a grown man. Like I was like, yeah, I was still like, you can tell like this. You know how when someone starts, you have muscle, but like
Let's say
not
your
like,
shape was better, your posing was probably better, but like
yeah, yeah, yeah,
you look at the density of the shoulders, like
yeah.
he probably had just more. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it was for sure the maturity and the density because yeah, I yeah, my shape was good. I
So
got
how
first
old
that
were
one.
you? Like 2021?
2021, I was 23. Yeah, so my birthday's in January 5th. So yeah, I was on prep during my birthday.
And not you didn't think about it twice, right? You're like, whatever, let's do this,
No,
right?
I remember I was like, dang, Jeremy told me we're gonna start January 1st. My birthday's on the 5th. I'm like, I don't care. Like, I really want it. Like, my girlfriend was like, aren't we gonna do something? I'm like, yeah, but like, I'm not gonna. Like, my family had sushi without me, and I had my plan.
You knew
Like
it at the
that.
moment. We're good.
No, yeah, but that was like the start of it, and they didn't really understand what I was doing, and
Yeah.
so yeah, it was a big thing. It was funny.
Okay, how about that too? Because when you get into the bodybuilding lifestyle, obviously you get, let's say, bugged about you can't have a piece of fruit, it's healthier. Why can't you have that? We're going to get this.
Mhm.
How was your first experience kind of dealing with that, and what kind of advice would you give to a newer lifter or like somebody that's looking competing? Like, how do they get past that?
Well, I dealt with that a lot because I'm half Mexican. So my grandma, my aunts, oh, mijo, just one, like it's fine. Like, no, grandma, I can't. Like, so like it was really hard, honestly. Like the first couple years, I think, or actually the first year, because once I got my pro card, then they really okay. Oh, he's really doing this. Oh, like it's not just working out. But there was a lot of denies and a lot of like they would look at me weird, tell my mom like, why isn't Chris eating? Like he doesn't like my food. I'm like, no, it's not that. Um, but I really, for the younger generation, if anyone's going through that, I just stay true to what you're doing. And if you are serious, you will get what you need to get, and they'll see eventually. They will understand eventually because if you have something to back up with, then it's like, what can they tell you?
That's the biggest thing that I get, like from younger clients, especially like going
Mhm.
into their first type of like measuring their food and everything. Like people just think they're crazy and everything, but it's like
Yeah.
you just gotta push through it and then, you know,
Although
Yeah.
when it's a little more accepted now than it was, like say, let's say even 2 to 3 years ago. I really
Yeah.
think so.
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
I feel, I remember I used to feel like, I don't want to say like, you know how when you're in prep and you get like a drive and you're really motivated? You
yeah,
don't like I wouldn't say I feel better than other people, but you feel good when you can deny treats and stuff like that and you don't like crack. I don't
yeah.
know what
So
about it. Yeah. So it
just momentum.
yeah, yeah. So I really got a good kick out of that. Like telling people no. Yeah.
All
Not
right, so
so
yeah, yeah, go Ty.
yeah, so first show we get second or second in the
I got
overall,
yeah, so overall.
first in the class,
Mm.
and then when's the next show? We go to nationals or
Yeah, so the whole plan when I got first, Jeremy told me he was straight up with me. Jeremy never toots my horn or anything, and he told me I think it's possible. If we make some progress in these next couple months, I think it's possible that we could go and do nationals and get a chance for a pro card. He's like, as right now, off stage, you're not big enough. So I'm gonna tell you straight out, you won't win like this. So when he told me that, then I knew that some work had to be done. Um, so we basically took about it was 4 to 6 weeks of a down period after that show. And in that I went to vacation with my family 2 weeks after. We had a scheduled trip, a family trip. So I went to Hawaii, still kind of stayed on my plan, had some free meals here and there. Um, Came back and we went right back into prep. So I only got 6 weeks technically off in that whole year. I
Let's
was
say
on prep
even
that whole.
you were still thinking about the future, right? You were still
Yeah,
you.
yeah, 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 yeah. Trust me. Like when I was in Hawaii, I was like, bro, like, because I could eat. So, um, I had scheduled free meals, but I basically still got my workouts in, still got my cardio in, still got my steps in. Um, but it was just kind of formed around the family vacation.
Would you say at this point, like having that close relationship with your coach in a sense that it helped to also that he genuinely had your best interest in mind, like throughout the way he's plotting the whole prep, what you're going into it, and then like being able to just have that, you know, second care that not everyone gets to, experience through their coach the first time too.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I'd say Jeremy shows his way of caring in a different way. It's not like words of affirmation or anything. But me and Jeremy come from like the same kind of upbringing, like sports and kind of how we were dealt cards. So he knew that it doesn't matter what I say. You tell me to jump off a cliff, I'll tell you how many times. Like, um, I whatever he's gonna tell me, I'm gonna do. So when he told me like all that I need to do X, Y, and Z if it's going to be possible, I was like, shit, let's give it a shot. I'm already in prep, like might as well. And I really had big aspirations on the direction I wanted to go, so I was like, I was all for it.
so the plan was to make these improvements pretty much while in prep.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly, yeah, yeah.
So
So
break that down. The viewers want to hear that.
So basically, it was going like we did like that 6 weeks was like a kind of like a reverse rebound kind of. Slowly putting the food back up, but once I got to a certain point, it was like about 3, 4 weeks, kind of kept food at a moderately high, just so I can not crave other shit and all that. So my body, I can get away with a lot of things in the sense of like cheats or other things and stuff like that. So calories went high and was still lean. I was still leaner than I've ever been. And this was the first year introducing PEDs. So it, the first show, it was only test and Mastron. That's all I did. I didn't do anything else. So my test was not even high. My Mastron wasn't high.
Was it like a
350.
300, 400? Okay, 350.
Yeah, test was 350. Mass 100 was 300. So it was pretty moderate. Um, and then going into the prep nationals, we kind of put things up a little bit, but added in some other stuff. We played around with Anavar, Winstrol. But I've always been Mastron's like my best friend. It responds really well with me. Um, I feel like that combo test and mass. If that's all I had, I can make great gains on that, honestly.
Hey, you also feel good on it, right? That's one of the biggest things people.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's I don't get any like side effects or I don't feel in a certain way, but those two I've responded really well with. And Jeremy's very, very conservative from the get-go. He's always been super like not overdoing it, and if we don't have to. Because my first show, he told me, he's like, I'm only bringing you in 60% that we could do. I know that 60% is enough so you can win, and then we'll save it for nationals. So some things went up. We added like the Anavar, Winstrol. Um, Trend, we dabbled a little bit. I think I got 150 that prep. Nothing crazy. Um, but primarily, I would say the food adjustment, my body just responded to the rebound because that was my first ever cut. So out of that, like my body was a sponge for sure.
For the
Uh,
second round of newbie gains.
yeah, exactly. So yeah, and even from I always tell people start small so you have something to work off so you can keep going and progressing. So I think that's what was very beneficial, starting very minimal, and when we needed it, just kind of gradually increase if we needed. And I feel like that would made pretty good progress going into nationals. Yeah.
So then what happened at nationals?
Yeah, was the prep that much harder? Was it like what? How did you have to get in the trenches? What was that like? Because I'm assuming,
Yeah,
right? Like,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
are we
The
talking like zero carbs? Are we talking like 50 carbs? Are we talking 60 minutes of cardio, or is it like a 90-minute plus? What did we get to?
yeah. So I fucking kill myself. I fucking kill myself for nationals. That's something I've never experienced of how like dieting like that, like fucking zombie, like where you're at the point where you can barely think that you can stand up or I you could survive basically. I got up to there were some points like zero carb days. I remember I had like a stretch of like 11 to 13 days zero carbs and like towards like the 6 week mark. But my body, we didn't really have to drop too low. The whole time I was probably like 150 carbs the whole time. Um, because my body is really well with carbs. To me 150 is like nothing. So
But
um
that's your body zero, right? That's kind of what I
yeah,
tell
yeah.
people all the time. We all have what our body's zero carb is, and that was the mark. So when you went below that, this was like the we're getting graded ass cheeks, is
Exactly.
right?
Yeah, we're just trying to strip everything away. Yeah, because I think I was ready. I was ready like about like 3.5 weeks out. So at that point it was just like he was just really trying to dig me down. Um, and that, yeah, like I said, it's just if you've never done a prep, that's why I feel like everyone should do a prep some time in their life because you learn a lot about yourself. It wasn't easy, especially with I was working full time at wholesale. I was still training 10 clients in person. Like I that whole prep, I only slept like 3, 4 hours a night. Not gonna lie. Yeah, so that was
And probably fucking interrupted hours at that, right?
you said
Waking
what?
up, being like
Waking up.
interrupted. Well, you're not like
Oh,
getting deep sleep.
yeah, yeah. Like, but I'm like I said before, when you're at that point when you're just grinding, like I didn't want to sleep. I wanted to like, oh, once fasted, I want to get up. I want to do my shit. Like I was so motivated and so driven, um, that the 4 hours of sleep felt like 8 hours. Like I don't know. Like I really was like on the shit. So
And this was, that's funny enough, as another note, this was pre GLP era, pre all the mitochondria.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
This
this
is
means
like,
suffering. You do suffering. This is what
yep.
we need to
Yeah.
hear. Like, you're gonna get fucking hungry. You're
Yeah.
not gonna your feet getting out of bed heavy. You got lead in your shoes. The
Yeah.
lightheadedness all day. So it's just
Yep.
kind of something that like maybe not everyone's gonna experience as much anymore. And not to even say the old man talking here, but
Mhm.
you went through those trenches. You went to that already. You've been there.
Mhm.
That's the mentality. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I if you I always make jokes like if you never been through a prep and you don't lose the fat off the bottom of your feet, then you're not lean. Like I remember like at some point because I wear socks that have hardwood floors, you can feel your bones on the ground. Like you have no meat under there. Like that was really like annoying. But yeah,
How
going
how
through the
much of
trenches.
a how
Mhm.
much of a mind fuck is that? Like going from playing football and you're like, oh, I'm getting ready for a game. Like, you want to eat a bunch of food, you want to get ready, and then you go into bodybuilding prep. You're like, I'm getting ready for this, and I feel terrible.
Yeah, it's completely different processes. One's based on performance and one's based on cosmetic. And obviously there's performance in bodybuilding, but it's like time and place. Um, it, I would say coming from the background of just like football and being very competitive in sports and playing at a certain level, it wasn't too hard of an output because I always would push myself. But yeah, like I said, cosmetic versus like
Yeah,
physical.
yeah. But the training, it wasn't like anything more than you were used to training wise, or like,
No, no, not necessarily. I would just say like the structure of what you needs to go into a prep, like
yeah,
cardio, posing, stretching. Like there's a lot of little things that people think that you don't need to do, but you don't have to do them, but it's gonna make you better for sure.
yeah. I feel like that's one of the things of like cardio wise, because you playing sports, you're used to doing sprints or like
Mhm.
sled pushes or whatever, and then you go like, oh, I'm on the Stairmaster for an hour,
Yeah,
at like level
yeah.
4, level 5. It's like this is just so boring.
Yeah. Honestly, cardio, like once I get to that point, it's kind of a breeze because I kind of just block it out. But I'm one that I always have to watch something. So I
Yeah.
always watch podcasts and like if I can have my
YouTube. I'm a
podcast,
YouTube.
yeah, it doesn't matter. I can just literally watch something, just do my treadmill or my bike, whatever.
Yeah. So treadmill guy, no stairs.
I don't do stairs, bro. No. I,
Trust me,
not that I'm a not that I'm opposed to them, but I've always got great results with the treadmill, the bike. I feel like my system, I always start with the bike for a few weeks, for the first 4 weeks, and then I kind of transition into treadmill. The only
Yeah.
reason why I've never done Stairmaster is because I've tried it before in the past, and because of my knee surgery, the stepping, when I get lean, it gets to that point where it's like I feel my tendon. Um,
Yeah.
but it's like, yeah, that's
Especially
like one of the reasons.
when you're lean as fuck and you're dry, like your joints are
Yeah,
literally
yeah.
right.
Yeah, yeah. So
And the
I
thing,
just go on. I was gonna
like
say
I said,
I just avoided it just so I don't get a problem later on. But I honestly think that toe is gonna make me probably do stairs this year. So
well, I guess the thing is too, it's like to anyone else hearing this, it's like you also carry the mass where your incline walk is burning similar calories to a smaller individual, right, on the stairs.
Yeah, and when I'm doing it, like I'm not just strolling. Like I'm
Yeah.
walking with the purpose. Like my speed's 3.5 at a 8 incline. Like sometimes I go up to like 3.8. Like it really depends, but I don't just stroll. Yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty fast. That's a run for some people.
Yeah, I have long legs, yeah. But yeah, I try to
Yeah.
do a nice, really good, like aggressive speed walk.
Yeah. That's good stuff. So this nationals prep, we won our pro card.
Yes, I got second. I was a second place pro, so I always make a joke about that.
You're a pro, guy. That's all that matters
You're a
now. You're
pro. You're a pro.
No, I know. I make a joke about that sometimes. No, yeah, that it was really cool. Nationals was a big fucking eye opener because I remember walking, like how when you walk backstage. You pull the curtain and you just see a fucking sea of people. Nationals, there was 1,200 competitors at that show. So when I walked in, I was like, what the fuck? Like, what am I doing here? Like, Jeremy, you think I can still win? Because you just see guys with their shirts off and 6'3" guy fucking looks like a mass monster. I'm like, what the fuck? But that guy that I was like tripping on, like he didn't get first call outs. Like, so I remember Jeremy really instilling in me when we put our stuff down. He's like, don't look at anyone. He's like, we're here for a reason. You know what you can do. I know what you can do. Let's just get the job done. And that's basically, yeah. Because there was 27, wait, no, there was 24 guys in my class.
Yeah.
So everyone experiences self-doubt, right? This is one time to, I think it's
Yeah,
that regardless of how much you put in, all the time you put in, and what you know you've done, you're still going to experience self-doubt, and sometimes that's normal.
for sure. Yeah. I think it's kind of, yeah, it keeps you on your toes for sure. It's, you got to have some type of like, uh, so it can push you a little bit.
So how does that feel winning your pro card? What was it just like another day and then
No, bro, like that was like no, it was really like it was a big moment for me just because like everything leading up to that, like the whole purpose of like what I really like committed to bodybuilding was because everything I went through. I got into some legal trouble with buddies I went to school with that I'm not proud of. And it was like I was in drugs too. Like that's basically the whole thing that kind of came about and what pushed me really to get my pro card. Because it really came down to it was either death or prison. That's the route I was going around 2018. And getting that pro card really solidified and really I wanted to show my mom that this is what I'm doing now. Like I fucked up in the past and I got my life back. Like I really 180 because it was really death or prison. And yeah.
That's awesome, man, to hear you applied all, you channeled all that somewhere else, and not to say you made it, but that was one of the first big steps in like, hey, yo, this is this. We're so I've got something here. Let's
Mhm.
continue.
Yeah,
Nice.
for sure. Yeah, it was yeah, my heart sank. When they called my name, I I didn't think I was gonna cry either. I didn't. I was cool, I was really happy. And then I think when I went backstage and I saw Jeremy coming to me, I just fucking broke down.
You gave me
Uh,
chills. You gave me chills for
yeah, I
real. Like,
just
I
I it was a lot. I just when I saw him, I just broke down and I thanked him. I thanked him for going and doing everything for me. Because like I said, I put everything into that, and I knew I had a lot of people in my life that was like family members or whatever the case may be, like doubting me, like in the sense of like, oh, he did what he did, um, like quoting me as a bad kid or whatever. So it was the best day of my life, honestly.
dang, that's hype.
Yeah.
talk post pro card. What was the plan from there? What was the first thing you did with it? Or like, let's talk about like the off season going into
Yeah.
the first. What changed? Yeah, was there a mental shift? What changed versus? I mean, this is your first, also your first real off season, so it's hard to compare it to other ones, right?
Yeah, yeah. So when I got my pro card, honestly, what I think carried me was my shape and just my structure. The size was the problem. Size was what I really needed to work on, and we took 2 years to put that quality size on.
What was your weight cap and what did you weigh in the day of?
My weight cap was what was it? Because they changed it, so it was lower before. It was I think it was 219. I think it was 219, and I checked in at 217.
Okay, so
Yeah.
not severely undersized, but we're
Yeah.
talking, especially in class D, there was guys that were like 230 sucking down to
Yeah,
219.
yeah. But the lowest I got that week on peak week was 213.
Okay.
Yeah, so we had I was ahead, so we kind of started filling up sooner than we needed to. But yeah, I checked in at 217 and that look was yeah, I was really happy with what we did. But it was just the size that was lacking for sure. Going into that, we knew that we were gonna have to take some time. So there was no show plan. Jeremy just basically told me that we need to put some quality size on and kind of just fill in the areas. Obviously, what was lacking most was my arms, upper body. My legs was super dominant, like it was really taking the picture away. So I stopped training my legs. That start of that rebound, yeah, I stopped training my legs for like 4 or 5 months, just because I was just doing upper body just to really bring that balance back to how it should be. Um, but yeah,
So
it
December
was. Go
of
ahead.
2022, December of 2022, leading up till what was the debut?
The debut was October of 23.
October 23. Okay, so about a year and
Yeah,
a
yeah.
half, more than a year and a half. Yeah, more than
About
that.
18 months. Yeah, about 19, yeah. But honestly, I don't ever want to do more than a year and a half like off season because I got really complacent that off season. I feel like I had too much time, so I lost track of the picture in sight. After that first year was great. I think after that second, when I hit the 2023, that like good like 4 or 5 months, it was like I got a little bit too far on like the body weight, composition wise. Um, but I think it was necessary in the sense like I needed to get the weight on, but I really feel like I got complacent though.
If you could have done it again, maybe a March or April show that year would have mentally been a little bit of a boost, right?
Yes, that or like a reset or like a give a break on the calories or whatever. Like just kind of like a maintenance phase or whatever. But I was just full on just eat as much as I can.
What
And
does the off-season diet look like? Tell us.
yeah, the heaviest I got that off season was about 258. And that was like the heaviest from I've ever been ever. But that was like I had like a little muffin top, like I was pretty husky. Um, but it was just a gradual progression of like just weight training and the food. Because I got up to probably like 600 carbs a day. And for me that was like a shitload. Um, but overall, like with how I would say the nutrition, it was pretty steady the whole way. It wasn't like any maintenance phase, or it was just kind of like a surplus and kind of holding it there. Um, Jeremy really believed that we needed to keep the weight because I got up to about 258 and we kind of just held it there. I held 250 or like yeah, 258. I didn't go under 255 for at least 13 months.
Oh wow.
Nice. Yeah. So I literally was very like fluctuation of weight was like 4 to 5 pounds. So I really kept that weight. So I really felt like that was I was talking about marinating the muscle. And I feel like that really made a huge difference just holding the weight for that long.
Yeah. So what did you come back at your debut?
Debut, I was 222, I
Oh
think.
wow.
Wait, was I? I have to look, honestly. I think I was, I'm sorry, there's a long time. I think it was 222. I think I was 222.
I'm
Yeah.
assuming a good like 2 to 3% leaner though, right? Body fat
Yeah.
wise.
Oh yeah, yeah. The composition and I was way leaner than I was because like during the nationals I was lean, but like this was like actual like bodybuilding lean I think because yeah muscle maturity too. The just the whole like I look like a man now. You get me? I didn't have like little kid muscle like um but I really feel like the most progress I made was this last season. From October of 23 to the next off season to my prep, that was like okay, that was like I was on the tee, composition was good, like yeah.
What was
So
the difference between the two off seasons?
uh I think mentality in the sense, experience, learning more knowledge of what I didn't know before. Because yeah, Jeremy was coach, but I was still like learning on my own, understanding just everything, watching like I'm a podcast guy. I watch hours of podcasts every week.
Like on
Um,
this one as well, like let's say your journey, you're like let's say like Ty's competed twice, right? Ty competed twice.
What?
And your second competition was already nationals within that same year, and that second off season was into your first pro show. Versus other guys, they're having off season into like, okay, I'm going to be ready for nationals next year. Okay, I'm going to try again for nationals next year. So meanwhile, this is all happening in a shorter span of time than you're making it sound, right? So as you're
yeah,
learning all these things, like it's still you're still fresh to it, right?
yeah. Because I experience wise, yeah, I only had 2 shows. Like stage time, I didn't have that much stage time. Like so, I think all that what people are doing now, like show then a big off season. I had that 3 years in 2018 to
Yeah.
2020 of doing all that. And then deciding, okay, I need to do this so I can play my eggs in a certain way. Like I did all the work first to get me to be able to play with the cards here. Um, I feel like that's what really made the difference because, like I said, I'm a big planner. I don't like doing anything if I don't have direction in what I'm doing.
Nice. I like it. So that was 2024, and then you did more
So
shows 2025.
that was October of 23. Then I had the full of 24 off season. And then I started prep December of 24.
Hmm.
And it was like I started early. It was like 18-week prep. And my first show was Legion it was May 31st of 25.
Did you see
My bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it was Legion, May 31st of 2025. That was, yeah. So about a year of like actual off season into a prep.
and how'd
Was
that
there
one go?
more weight there or
Yeah, so this off season I got up to, it was about 265, but way better composition. I wasn't like muffin top or anything like that. It was like a nice, I would say, good 14% body fat. Um, Still can see my abs and stuff like that. That one was like the biggest and strongest I ever got off season wise. That was fun. The off season was really fun. Just getting be able to push weight and just seeing the fruits of your labor kind of in real time.
yeah. Yeah. Is your legs still your strongest body part, like weight
Uh,
wise?
yeah, for sure. Legs, yeah. Like obviously I'm gonna be, yes, legs are for sure gonna be the strongest. I think overall like pretty evenly distributed, like strength wise. I love pushing weight, so I'm always trying to progress. But I think the big thing that changed in the last 12 months is really, really like controlling the weight. Like not like just banging shit out and just using body momentum and stuff. One of the things I learned from Tuttle was no body English. So not,
I got a good
yeah,
question for you.
go, yeah.
Do you have access to the Mega Mass row?
Oh yeah, that one's
How many,
bro,
how
butter.
many how many plates from a big ass successful? How many plates does this man put on the Mega Mass row?
I'm actually happy that you asked me that because I went up yesterday. I did 6 plates for the first time yesterday.
Oh fuck you! Gotcha.
Yeah.
I was thinking here like a four but
Three,
control.
three or four.
What
But
if it's hard?
I was pretty consistent on the mega. I was doing 5 plates for a good amount of time. Like the
Oh, good.
last like I would say like 4 weeks.
Mm.
Um, but yeah, I 5 plates I can get like a solid 12, 15.
Oh my
Um,
god.
well, it's not easy, but like yeah, I can really really give it and do that shit. Yeah. But yeah, the body English is a big thing. I think that's what really like got me stronger too, because controlling weight translates to strength later. It just takes time to
Yeah,
build.
yeah.
So when I started with Tuttle, I kind of had to back off on most of my lifts, weight wise, to apply what he was trying to tell me to do.
Mm.
Because I was going a certain weight based on what I thought I can lift, but with no body English, it's way less than you think. So I took a step back once I started with them. That was in December of 25. And it took me about maybe like 4 or 5 weeks to kind of get in the groove of what I was doing and seeing like going down in weight and then coming back up to kind of where I was. It took me about 8 weeks, I would say, to get back to where I was weight wise with doing no body English.
Well, you fucking grew in between that, right? It goes to show like you moved some of the
Yeah.
same weight, but you expanded that much more during it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why it's people think that they're a certain strength. It's like, no, slow it down. Let's see how much you can really do for 10 to 12. And that's really where I feel like you will build. I wish I knew what I knew now in training when I first started, because I was honestly shooting myself in the foot with wasting time with extra sets and so many reps and stuff like that. Like now it's like the structure of my training is 1 to 2 or 1 to 3 feeders depending on the movement, and then 2 working sets. It's like I don't count my feeders. I'm only doing 2 working sets with everything I'm doing. So
Yeah.
it's way quicker but more effective because I'm being intentional with everything I do.
Do you feel like this is something that I will stand on, that training for bodybuilding, like higher reps, like over 10 reps, controlled tempo, like maybe slightly lighter than we could do, gives us like a completely different look than like guys who want to train like whatever they do, like 4 to 7 reps, like as heavy as possible every set.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like if I had to choose, it's like time and place for everything.
Mm.
Um, you need a little of both, but I don't really believe in like the 4 rep scheme. Like if you're not doing at least 6 to 8, then it's too heavy for you. Um,
What do you have
yeah.
that you're doing like 6 to 8 on? Like what's a movement that you're doing 6 to 8 on?
Let's say if like yesterday I touched 6 plates for the first time. So I whenever before I start a set, I always give myself a minimum and
Mm,
how many I'm trying to do. So my minimum was 6 and I wanted 10. So that's like the gauge how I try to gauge my stuff. So I can't get less than 6 and I'm shooting for 10. If I can get more, I'm gonna get more. But that's just like how I try to gauge it. Yeah.
yeah, I like
Um
that.
yeah, yeah, it just helps because it takes out the guessing and whenever you're doing something. I feel like a lot of people guess and what they do and they don't know how strong they are, they don't know what they're doing. But if you do this every single time, you'll get a gauge on number wise on what you can do and what you can't do, and you just eliminate the time wasted that you don't have to choose anymore.
Are you a log booker?
No, no. I have that's one of the things I'm one that I have everything in here, like in my head. Um, so that's one of my bad things. I know I should probably write shit down, but no, I couldn't do it. I tried many times, but I can't do it. Yeah, I can't
Yeah,
stop yeah, and write it like,
It
yeah.
can be distracting, right? The most you
Yeah,
probably
yeah.
do, the most you want to do is change the song, boom, right back to it,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah, even that, like I don't even like t like scrolling on my phone for music. I kind of just I have my watch and I put next, 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 or whatever.
Ooh,
Yeah, I'm very
yeah.
like I like being in it. Like after the middle of my sets, I'm like visualizing the next one. I'm like feeling my music. Like I'm very like I don't know. I'm really like on one.
Tips from the pro: put the music on your watch.
Yeah,
uh-huh.
yeah. Don't waste your time and get distracted with on your phone and shit. I see a lot of people scrolling and shit, so it's like waste of time.
Yeah. Do you want to try to rapid fire questions?
Yeah, I'm not. I'm gonna shut the fuck up because I'll talk too much. So let's hear from you.
No, you're good. I got plenty of time or whatever you guys want.
All right. Where are the ones that you sent, Alberto?
Oh, yeah,
Um,
you go for it. Yeah,
yeah. How often do you do cheat meals?
good
Right
question.
now, right now I have scheduled. Well, I have two a week. Wednesday and Saturday nights is usually my free meals. Yeah.
What's the go-to?
Yeah, what did they line up with anything, or just it just happened to be Wednesday, Saturday, or like yeah.
Saturday because my check-ins are Saturday morning, so he always tells me it's either 1 to 2 days before or after. So I always have it that Saturday night. Wednesday is my off day, usually from like training, and it's like me and my ladies like schedules align, so we usually get like Chick-fil-A and or Pokey, and we watch like a show that night or whatever.
So I'm the fucking worst at this rapid fire Q&A because I'm asking more questions about this.
No,
But how important is that with a partner having like where you set aside that Wednesday, right, for you and her
mm,
to do something,
mm,
right? Would you
mm.
would you find that that also is very healthy, like in the off season or just all the time, like making that a kind of a priority, right?
Yeah, yeah. If they mean something to you, you got to make an effort. That's something I had to learn, not the hard way, but like after, because like when I indulged in bodybuilding, like I was still learning as I was going. So, um, I sacrificed a lot of time in prep with my girlfriend and family occasions, parties. So whenever I'm off season, I really try to make time for her, like take her out, do activities with her, because I know that when prep starts, it's like she knows what's gonna happen.
Cool.
Yeah.
Somebody did ask biggest cheat meal. You already answered. Have you ever cheated on your diet? So probably not that, but biggest cheat
But
meal.
No,
no,
yeah. Biggest cheat meal. Oh, I don't know.
You say you could eat.
Yeah, I can, but like I don't like the way I think about my cheat meals isn't like a fat boy no more. It's
Yeah.
like I think of like how it's gonna like better me for like the week or whatever. But I like something that I do good with digestion wise and it doesn't affect me. I can eat it. I normally do a Domino's pizza, medium.
okay,
I
that's
eat a
pretty
whole.
dirty. I like it. I like. I
That's
was gonna say
Yeah.
it's probably something shitty that you like eating, but we like that.
No,
That's
yeah,
good.
yeah. Like I the way I oh don't get me started. I'll start talking about food. I do like a barbecue sauce and I do chicken, pineapple, and ham, and I dip in a ranch.
I was just hoping you weren't gonna say I get a few tuna rolls and some sashimi. I was just hoping you weren't gonna say
No, no, no,
my
no.
birthday pizza. That's my
No,
shit.
yeah, yeah, yeah. No, and like I said, I know my body, so I low key can get away with a lot of shit. I don't say that out loud all the time because I don't want people to get the wrong idea. Like I just
But it's
coast it.
not that fucking often. That's I think that needs to be the
Yeah,
fucking
yeah,
is that
yeah,
it's not a normal thing. That's not what
mhm,
you do.
yeah,
That's not Monday at post workout. It's the special.
yeah, yeah,
I,
yeah.
I I heard once you get your pro card, the pizzas are good. Like they digest fine.
Hey, the honestly pizza says well, like, cause I don't know. If you want me to be quite honest, I never told anyone this. Oh yeah, no, yeah, I never told anyone this. Which one? It was San Diego, the last show I did, my last prep. Um, we carved up with a pizza, Domino's
Well,
pizza. So I had a Domino's pizza, full medium pizza the night before, and
That's wild.
that was the lightest I was ever at my show. I was 224 that show.
would you
That's
say it was
crazy.
also like a cortisol drop, like in the fact of
That's,
like right?
Yeah,
As
no,
much as it's shitty food, like I'm a big believer in that. Like it's made you feel
oh
good,
yeah,
but
yeah,
you sat
yeah.
back, soaked it all in.
That was the easiest. Like the pizza went down so easy. Like it wasn't a problem. Digestion wasn't a problem. Like yeah. I went to the bathroom the next morning perfectly, and yeah, no bloat or anything. That was probably like my best look that season too.
love it. I love it. Bro
Don't do
says
that, kids.
how how does bro keep his hair? That's a good question.
Honestly, my PED use is not crazy. Like I think a lot of people think that I like run it up. Like I think mine is probably the most conservative you'll probably ever hear. Like my biggest cycle I've done was with Tettle when I just started this time. The most I've done like for a cycle, I would say.
That
So
was a question on here. You want to say what your biggest cycle is?
oh yeah, yeah. That basically the one I started with my off season with Tuttle. So we got up to what was it? I was doing test, EQ, and NPP. It was a
Ooh,
little different little different with him because I've never done every other day.
Hmm.
So he does this every other day on a 14-day kind of thing for more for like saturation, not like a weekly thing. You have like set like milligrams every week. It's excuse me. I think I got up to 200 tests every other day. EQ was 150, and then NPP I got up to 75 every other day.
what is that? Like just under 1.5 total? That's a
About
cycle.
yeah, about
More than just a little bit, but definitely not like fucking
but
egregious.
that's the most I would say I've ever done. Over yeah, as like the amount in a weekly because that's what close to 900, like almost like 1,000 mg of tests. The highest I went with Jeremy was 750.
Am I doing the math wrong? I'm doing the math wrong. Did I just do the math wrong?
So
200
it's
times 3.5.
no
Okay, yeah.
because some weeks are 4 days and some weeks are 3 days.
Yeah. So
Yeah, yeah. So it varies, but
yeah.
I think that was the biggest. And also it was 6 units of GH.
Nice.
Yeah.
Bro says, what's your pre-workout routine?
Routine. I always train after work. So my drive to the gym is always the best. I take my pre-workout, listen to music. Um, I'm not like a drinker or anything, so I have a pen that I hit sometimes. So a little pen pre-workout, that's like my combo.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
If
Uh,
I'm being
well,
honest.
Alberto said Flavorgang or Elevate, but I
Oh
think we have to
yeah.
say it.
Player game all day. I've actually never tried Elevate. I've never tried it.
Bro said no need. No need.
Like the only thing I've ever heard of Elevate that I've heard good reviews, but people say is it like grainier than Flavor Game?
Flavor Gang I say cooks more into a cake when
Okay.
the it can be fluffier. I call it fluffier.
Okay.
Rice and grinds though, they're grainy as shit. I don't like rice and
Really?
grinds.
Yeah, I've only the like cream of rice. I've only tried the original orange box from the store or the Flavor Gang. Yeah.
So what's the ranking? What's your like top five?
Flavors?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, first one for sure, probably PB cookie. That one's my
Oh,
Yeah.
shit. Yeah, that one's
Yeah.
fire. I can never get old of that one. PB cookie, The strawberry wafer, brownie batter, and then that mystery flavor. And then
Mm,
what else? What's another one?
Samoa, you like that one?
Honestly, I would pick those four. I'm a creature of habit. Like I don't
We
really
love
veer
we
outside
love
what
the
I don't like.
honesty. We love the honesty. You left out a
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
about
Like
the sauces?
I sriracha maple. That's all I do, honestly. I
No
don't.
sweet poppy.
I'm a creature of like a creature of habit, so I can eat the same shit every day and not have a problem with it. So the sriracha maple I put on everything. Sweet poppy I kind of switch between sometimes. Um, but I think of it as like it's 0 calories, so I can have more of it. So that's why I do that one.
All right, all right. Bro said, what are your prep hacks to get that next level conditioned?
Prep hacks. I think being conscious of everything. Being
Mm.
conscious in the sense of like everything adds up. So if you can only do what's on your plan, it's a cheat code because it's like you're not getting anything else. And if you're not getting anything else, it's literally what he is giving you. So no extra sauce calories, no extra drink calories, and nothing. Because those sauces and there's extra little things are like when you measure 1 gram up, like it all adds into the same thing. So if you can control that, and I think steps have made a big difference too. Steps in my last prep was a big focus rather than the ones before. I think that was the biggest difference.
That's huge.
You know what? I'm gonna shut the fuck up. Go.
What are your aspirations outside of bodybuilding?
Mm, uh, like long term, like after, I know I want to establish something like whether it's like a gym or like a training facility. Because I come from sports. Like at my heart, like training performance is like what I love. Not just like strength training, agility, speed, like all that. Um, like long term, me and my brother, like we've always wanted to open up like a training facility for like college athletes or high level athletes and stuff like that. That's one of mine. If not that, then like a gym. But honestly, if I'm being completely honest, I haven't thought that far. I'm like so like
Live in the now,
but
bro. Live in the now.
yeah, like I'm so like trying to see how far I can take bodybuilding. I'm not even really focused on that
You know,
yet.
because a lot of these
Enjoying.
guys talk about too, like during the active, like their active careers, like Ian Valliere, like he's like, I'm making double the money I did when competing because like he established
Mhm,
that or reputation,
mhm.
experience, and then applying it to somewhere else, and the name
Yeah,
can always help you too.
yeah. I feel like you can't really put too many eggs in too many baskets. I'm one that like really like not like obsessed, but like I really like indulge in whatever I do, I say.
Yeah. Biggest mistake you made on the way to being pro?
Biggest mistake, like anything revolving bodybuilding?
What could you have done different?
Yeah.
Let's say, let's apply, what could you have done differently if you looking back at it? What is something you could have done differently that would have, you felt better about or got a better outcome?
I think if I can, I think maybe training. Like I said in the earlier, if I would have known how I'm training now, if I could have applied that from the very start, I think I would have had way more progress than I already did. Um, because yeah, it's a genetic sport. Yeah, I look good. Yeah, I made progress, but I feel like I could have made more progress if it was manipulated a little more specific to what I'm doing now.
So besides like just like controlling the weight, maybe not just using so much body English, like is there anything else with the training that you would have changed?
Um, oh, I'm very simple. I feel like that's if you take away everything and you can do whatever training program, whatever, if you have intention behind what you're doing, it's gonna work. It doesn't matter what it is. I feel like intentional and being purposeful with what you do, that will carry everything.
You notice something for people to notice. You never said my workout. I'm working out. You've always said training because you apply that
Training.
Yeah.
different intensity. It's not just I got to get my workout in. You're like, no, I don't go fucking in with it. Are you going with a plan? Each time
Yeah.
you said it before. I'm going in. I'm going to hit this for this many reps. This is what I'm going to get the minimum. I'm aiming to surpass that. I mean, I'll get it. it's not about just working out.
Yeah,
It's not working out for 5 years. It's you're training with intent this whole time. I did. There's a really cool point that you kind of made plenty of times. Really
yeah,
cool.
Eat at the same time, drink the same amount of water, take the same pre-workout, the same drive,
yeah,
and
Right,
training.
right.
yeah,
It becomes okay, and that's what
yeah.
builds success, right?
Yeah, when I think about it, it's like time passes by. Like I when I realize it, I'm like, fuck, it's like it's already been 5 years. Like it's crazy. It's crazy. But it just shows there's levels to this, so
Yeah, yeah. I guess last one that we have is the how is working with Tuttle.
Yeah, bro. Tell us. December, right? Okay, go on. Come on.
Yeah, yeah. It's cool. Ever since starting with him, it's a little difference from Jeremy. More structured, more of like everything is meticulous. Like he writes out everything, like training, nutrition, like options on food, sauces, like everything that he wants you to do, it's like on my sheet, like on my email. Check-ins are twice a week. Once the Saturdays are with photo. Tuesdays are just check-in with my little sheet that I gotta fill in. Um, but I think the structure of what it is, training and nutrition, is way different from Jeremy. Um, because yeah, like I said, he looks over everything. Blood glucose, my weight, uh, just yeah, everything that you think that you should probably be doing, yeah, he does that.
That's sick.
It's I'm very simple. Like I feel like people like try to look for like the specialty or where the big game changer is, but I think it's just the time that I've been doing it for X amount of time. Um, those little tweaks go a long way because, like how I said with the body English, that made a big difference in just coming from Jeremy to Tuttle. I already knew how to work out. I knew how to lift. I wasn't throwing weight around, but just that little adjustment can make the world of a difference.
He's always come off to me as like the also the guy on podcasts of the, let's say like I guess the father figure you want to impress or you want to make him proud, right? Like I hear him talking, I'm like, damn, like I don't want to fuck up, and not that you would ever fuck up, but
Yeah.
you're like do everything right because like I want to get like a thumbs up from him. I don't
Y-
expect like, fucking you're doing great, but like a nice, we're doing good.
Yeah.
I would
I got a new sense of pressure again when I started with him because like I don't want to let him down or I don't want like I don't really know him like how I know Jeremy. So always keeping me on my toes for sure. But I'm shocking him for sure. Like he's like, what the heck? Like he's already told me like this offseason like has been the best, the probably the top three that he's had in the last like 12 months.
mentioned you on a podcast. I forgot which one, but he's like, I have a good up and comer, a classic guy.
Yeah,
Chris,
yeah, yeah, he did.
which one was it? You remember? You heard it.
Yeah, I remember. It was like 2 weeks ago or so. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
I just
yeah.
that little thing I thought was pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, it's pretty dope. I mean, I'm really excited. This because we have June 20th is the end of this like health phase.
Mm.
So June 20th is gonna be the start of pre-prep. Um, so
Oh.
we're already right there. Like it's
You
crazy
have a
how
date?
time.
You have a tentative date or kind of like a time frame for a
You said
show?
what?
A tentative time frame for a show?
Yeah, yeah. November 7th. I'm doing the Steve Carr Classic.
Fuck
In
yeah.
Yeah,
Vegas.
yeah. Yes, sir. Yeah. Yeah. That's gonna
I,
be I wanted to do something at the end of the year because I want to set myself up for early next year. I want to reverse and rebound out of that, make some good progress again, and then I want to do like the early shows like springtime.
Fuck yeah.
So so I was thinking like New York Pro. I want to do the Detroit.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah. So
Detroit.
I
Yeah,
I
Detroit
I,
for
I
sure.
want to do Detroit, but they moved it to July. So
Yeah.
that was like my intention, do Detroit, the New York Pro, and then probably like something along those lines. So we'll see. But I do want to do, I'm probably gonna do 3 or 4 shows next early year. Yeah.
Dang. Where do you see yourself like in the mix of classic guys? I know there's so many classic guys, but like we got first call out at one of your shows, right? Or both of your shows last year?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I got fourth Legion, I got sixth, which was first call outs for San Antonio, and then I got seventh at San Diego, which is second call
Yeah.
outs.
Yeah. So like do you feel like in your head is like every show that you do like first call out is like your baseline now?
That's like, yeah, I was
Yeah.
fucking pissed at San Diego. I was pissed, like, because I've never got outside of first college before, so it was just like, um, it was like okay, it was like an eye opener. Like I know what I need to do, uh,
Yeah.
but I've always known that it's like it's what I'm missing is like not something I don't know. It's like I just it's time. It's nothing I could rush. It's just about showing up and doing what I need to do, and then coming back and being better. Um, but yeah, I do hold myself to a certain standard. It's first calls or I'm not happy.
Where do you see
Yeah.
that you beat guys? Like, what do you see that you have better than other guys just won't have?
Oh, I think structure. I know my structure overall is like always stands out compared to the average person or the other competitors. Um, I think like my obviously legs, a lot of people lack in legs, and like that's not ever something I've had a problem with. So that's a big plus. Usually people their posterior is one of their lacking parts. My posterior is like bang on the buck. So I feel like that structure with the leg size, and now that I've brought the picture a little bit more even, my body upper body is way more proportion to my legs now. I feel like it's this going into season. I'm really excited because Jeremy and Tut they both don't know how I'm gonna look because this is just gonna be a whole different look. My upper shelf, my shoulders, my arms, they fill in a lot more, especially my arms. My arms look great by themselves now. So I think overall as a whole picture is gonna be something that I could top two for sure. Yeah.
So how often do you train legs now?
Only once. Only once.
Once a week?
Yeah, once a
Oh,
week. I
all right, all
do
right, all right.
yeah, once a week I do them together. So I do like a quad hamstring, I do a little glutes on that same day.
Yeah,
Usually when I go into prep, I switch it up. I do half quads, half hamstrings. Um, but yeah, yeah, I'm trying to push my legs when I do my legs, but I'm not like going balls to the wall, trying to grow them in a sense. Does that make
yeah,
sense?
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think especially like everything you said, like you're probably just digging out more detail.
Yeah, yeah. So more like a little bit higher reps, more like controlled stuff, but not really like going to red line on
Yeah,
like squats and stuff like that. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. What's like what's the best like squat numbers that you have or deadlift numbers?
Um, like one reps or like reps?
Let's say for reps.
Yeah,
Right.
because I guess that it really won't apply to anyone else outside of like
Yeah, yeah.
it's anywhere from like a 3 to 6 rep. Like what's some heavy shit you've done?
Deadlifts, the most I've done on 5 plates was like 11. 11. Yeah. I've done 6 plates before, like for a single or a double, but I don't really go higher than 5 because it's like at that point it's like I'm not trying to hurt myself. Um, for squats, I think for 5 I got like 12 before. Yeah,
That's
but
hard.
that was like when I was squatting all the fucking time. Yeah, I squats like I try to incorporate at least once a month, but I do more like hack squats and leg press and stuff like that right now.
It's wild.
Yeah, but like I said, I come from football, so I love pushing weight. Like
Yeah,
deadlifts are my shit. I love pulling weight. That shit's like my shit. Yeah.
yeah, that's wild. Oh,
Because birds, what'd you get up to?
I did 615 for a single.
Okay,
Like
that's
that's the most
crazy.
I
Yeah.
ever did. I mean, don't get me wrong, it was fucking hard. I'm not here going to say it was easy. Like you could probably say that was pretty easy. No, that was pretty fucking hard
No,
for me.
no, no. Yeah, no, yeah. That's why I don't go higher than 5 places. At that point, it's like too much risk.
600 pounds is that's a
Yeah,
different
that's why.
level.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
that's why whenever I'm training, like Jeremy's always like trying to like he's pushing me like, oh go up and weight. It's like I know I can do it, but it's like the quality of how I'm gonna do it. It's like I don't know if I should.
yeah, yeah.
So
All right, we good?
I want to close this out.
Yeah. All right.
wait, say it again.
Appreciate you guys. We
Oh, we
Yeah,
good?
good?
man.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah.
Yeah.
Again, if you want to in the future, because I'm sure there was a lot more questions that also I'm sure Ty has that I had loaded up. We could do more of a Q&A and shooting the shit episode. This was a big like interviewing you because we want to know about you. If you
Yeah,
ever
yeah.
want to hop on here, just kind of do the banter that Ty and I have done, that'd be really cool.
No, let me know. Honestly, I love what you guys are doing. Like you guys are both people I respect. Like Ty, I've never really talked to in person, but I've seen you on IG and I give
He's
you
about it.
props.
Homie's about
Yeah,
it.
no, that's why. Like Bert's knows the kind of like I worked with Bert's for a while, but like I'm
Yeah.
there's not too many people you can see that actually doing it correctly, and I could say you are. So
Appreciate you.
yeah,
Appreciate you.
yeah,
Well,
keep
I've
doing
been
it.
looking up to you, so
I appreciate it, bro. No, yeah, anytime, let's catch a workout, anything like that, I'm down on. And then podcast too. I'm happy to come on again whenever you guys want me. So,
Sick.
cool, sick. All right,
oh yeah.
everybody. Well, you know the deal. If we're getting a meal, get that meal down. We're doing cardio. Keep going. What should the people comment, Chris? What should the people comment?
Or like
If they made it this far, if they made it this far, what should
Made
they?
it this far.
this far, pizza.
Oh,
Pizza.
just put pizza.
Pizza.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Hit the like, subscribe. We will see you guys next time.